Okay, guys, so my life right now is crazy. My career, I'm busier than I've ever been. The real estate market is insane right now, so let's get into it. My name is Katie Bankston, and I'm a realtor with NextGen Real Estate, and I live and work here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Life is wild right now. Everything looks very different for me than it did 3 weeks ago because I just had a baby. I also have a vivacious, rambunctious 2-year-old. She's kind of like a little tornado. She's walking, obviously she's walking, she's talking, and we're all learning how to be a household of multiple children now, her and myself included. So as a full-time real estate agent and mother of now 2 beautiful girls, I could not be more excited to show my girls what it looks like to have your own business and, work really hard and support your family and just show them what it looks like to be a working woman in this world if that's what they want to do. So as I mentioned before, my career right now is also I'm as busy as I've ever been. I am going on 6 years in real estate as a full-time realtor, and I am finishing up my first year of being a real estate agent here in the state of Texas. This first year in real estate for me has been the best year I've had, the best first year I've had so far anywhere. And when I say that, it's because I am also licensed in Colorado and in South Carolina, and my first year here, hands down, is putting those two, to bed. I work for an incredible brokerage. I have so much support both from my family and from all of the incredible people that I work with. I have really amazing mentors. So I feel like I'm just perfectly positioned to really use the momentum that I'm gaining right now and take my career to the next level. That is one of the reasons why I wanted to add YouTube to the mix. I've been making so many excuses about why I'm not ready or why I don't have time to do it, or, I'm not some crazy top producer in my company just yet, but I actually think that that's the perfect time so you can see what a real day in the life looks like for me. I currently have hit a couple of milestones for myself anyways. I have over $1 million in deals pending right now, and I closed a home in June. I have another listing that I just listed 2 weeks ago and one I just listed yesterday. In addition to that, I also have 15 active home buyers that I'm working with that are looking to move here either within or to the state of Texas between now and Christmas. So for me, as a single agent, not on a team with no assistant, this is the busiest I've ever been, and I am super, super excited, like I said before. That being said, the bulk of those clients that I'm working with right now are buyers, and I think that's because the market right now is balancing. You'll notice it's cooling. Things are not as wild and crazy as they were the past few months and over the past year, and I'm honestly pretty excited about that too, because we really get to hone our skills as realtors to make sure we're putting great deals together for our sellers and for our buyers. You can't just list a house right now and pick your price out of the air and just assume it's going to sell for at least $50,000 more than that. It's a little bit different now. It's still a great time to be a seller and to take advantage of all of the equity that you've built up over the past few years, but the landscape looks a little bit different. And for buyers, it's incredible. Buyers are finally having negotiating power right now. The biggest question people are asking me is if it's really a good time to buy. And my answer is yes, absolutely. With more inventory than we've had in the past several months, home prices decreasing, and sellers are starting to accept contingencies, and buyers really have a lot more negotiating power than they've had previously. Some people have been worried about interest rates and are kind of sitting on the sidelines to see what happens with those and with the crazy competition and multiple offer situations that we've been hearing of up until recently. But truthfully, the interest rates seeming to be a little bit higher, they're actually still at historic lows, one, and two, they're kind of contributing to the decrease in home prices because buyers are gaining a lot of negotiating power right now that they didn't have before. You can actually still negotiate sellers to buy down points and concessions as part of your deal. So there's still a lot of really great options there to get into an amazing home for a really great price. And as far as competition is concerned, because people are sitting on the sidelines to wait and see what interest rates do, or because, you know, they got a little bit of buyer fatigue with all the competition before, or they just didn't want to even get into that in the first place, buyers have more options and there are less people in the buyer pool right now. So overall, things are cooling off, but it's still a great time to sell, like I mentioned before, and it's an incredible time to be a home buyer. And I myself, like I mentioned, am very excited to see this market shift and help my clients as they navigate these changes. So like I mentioned before, this is my first YouTube video, first of many, but you know, you have to start somewhere. I'm very, very excited to bring you guys along this journey with me as I grow both personally and professionally. I'm going to sprinkle in a lot of home tours. I get to see a lot of amazing properties, like I mentioned before, and some lifestyle, because the Dallas-Fort Worth area is super incredible. There's honestly nothing like it. I've lived several places all over the United States, from the deep, deep South. I've lived on the coast in South Carolina and the mountains in Colorado, and I really do love it here. So I'm excited to bring you guys along this journey with me. And don't forget to like and follow, subscribe, and you can find me on Instagram at @OKatieBankston.